Yoshi P, the producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV, said Final Fantasy XIV is moving forward towards the next 10 years with the resolve to undergo a second rebirth. Ooh. We're rethinking everything from scratch under the goal of evolving the game itself into cutting-edge service. Okay, we're doing take 3, guys. I'm going to try so hard to not ramble in this one. This was originally a Korean article and it was translated to English. However, invoking the words a second rebirth, because Final Fantasy XIV's big turnaround expansion really was a Realm Reborn, from when we went to 1.0 to the Realm Reborn, was a huge massive shift in the game. So it's very interesting to see them use this language. Now, if you ask me quite directly, do I think that this is a good idea? To some level, yes, absolutely I do, because I have been talking since late 2023 when I had more and more of my casual player friends just quit and they weren't playing Final Fantasy XIV anymore. I was asking them before I even made any videos, I'm like, hey, why aren't you logging on anymore? And what would they say to me? They would be like, hey, there's just not casual content to play on, I'm just not having fun anymore, and so I'm just going to play World of Warcraft or something else. So I've been honestly talking about this for years at this point, and obviously the tone, unfortunately, and I do say unfortunately, has shifted to where people used to bash on me, people used to say I have bad opinions and all this stuff a few years ago, and now it's like, hey, everyone's on board with me, and I'm like, oh crap, I kind of didn't want this, oh no. But I mean, I suppose that's what I get, because I'm literally just speaking from the heart, I'm literally just speaking as a player. Like, I don't think I'm above anyone, like, I have a YouTube channel with a few subscribers, like, woo. Like, I just view myself as an average player. Like, it's just like, if you're gonna just talk shit and have fun with me in Discord, I'm gonna have fun with you. Like, I'm literally just another player. That's all I consider myself. But I can say me is just another player, just chilling, where this isn't like a money maker for me. It's like I was seeing the issues and the writing on the wall about, hey, why did Scholar lose so many damage over time effect abilities, which happened in Shadowbringers? There was a massive pruning. I remember even in Stormblood, I saw the Shadowbringers trailer where Scholar had the Biolysis animation. I thought, oh, cool, is that a new damage over time effect? No, Cole. That was just a new animation for the damage over time effect that was the only one left. God, even just saying it hurts me. Or, oh my god, what about Summoner, which I used to main? I love Summoner. That was literally the video that put this channel on the map, was the Summoner guide video, which was over an hour and 10 minutes long. I fucking love that job. That was sadly reworked into the current form. I'm going to stop myself there because you guys know that I could probably keep going on and on for at least half an hour talking about all these specific issues. But my point of this video really is that it is counterproductive to just simply ignore these issues, and I'm really glad that I've been bringing them up so consistently, because honestly I hope that the game gets better. And fundamentally I think that that's what a lot of people forget, like in the malaise of all this bullshit. Even if you look at your number one biggest critics, and a few names are coming to my mind, like the people who are basically spitting hot fire at the game. That's putting it probably very mildly, honey, and you know that's true. If you know the names I'm talking about, you know that's true. But even they want to see the game improve. There's very few people that genuinely are talking at all about Final Fantasy XIV that genuinely don't want it to succeed. Maybe because, you know, a lover scorned, or hell hath no fury like a gay furry. My point being, everyone wants to see the game succeed, even your harshest critics. And I think that, unfortunately, I went to university for 2 degrees, and I'm very blessed for it. I don't take that privilege for granted. But I got horrible feedback, really mean feedback at times, really nasty. And I mean, I'm a little older than my voice and my face gives away, but so those professors, you think that they were nice and much? Oh no. But so I had to learn really quickly, because I started university when I was 17. I had to learn really quickly that you gotta take that feedback and do whatever you can with it. And sometimes it's not pretty, sometimes it's really ugly, sometimes it's absolutely not what you want to hear, but you gotta take it. And so that's kind of how I go at all of this, because obviously, even on this channel, do you think I like every bit of feedback I get? Absolutely fuck no. Are you fucking kidding? Of course not. But that's kind of the name of the game. You gotta parse through it and get the good bits out that can actually help you improve. I know that a lot of people are gonna want me to say some grand thing, we don't know what Yoshi P means when he says this. Do you know? If you know, let me know in the comments, because I don't know what a second Realm Reborn would look like. I don't think that the servers are going to go down. I think that we will not go through that again. I hope not. I think that would be very disappointing. Because let's say that you're a brand new player. Are you impacted by any of the stuff that I'm talking about? Because a lot of what I'm talking about is explicitly for veteran players. Of course you're not. If you're a new player and you're somehow stumbling onto this video and you made it this deep into the video, play the game. Honestly, it has shit tons of content. You won't even notice what I've talked about. Like, you're probably not even going to make it to end game by the time the next expansion's out. So literally, if you're a new player, I just do recommend Final Fantasy XIV to you. Like, yeah, just sign right up. Or if you haven't done too much of Dawn Trail, I think that you have a lot of content and that you could probably get a few months out of this for sure. So, I mean, I don't want to be overly negative, because a lot of the issues are for the more consistent players, whether they're casual or whether they're hardcore. Because if you're a hardcore raider, obviously you've been impacted by things like the 2-minute meta. Obviously you've been impacted by things like healer homogenization, yada yada yada, tank homogenization. Like, it seriously goes on and on. Or if you're like a casual veteran player, you're like, hey, what casual content do I have to do? Then you hit Cult Crest and then you're like, wait, this isn't like Boja. But if you're a new player, I wouldn't sweat it at all. So I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I think that the two biggest things on my list would first of all be, I want jobs to play with more identity. I think that that would be a massive, massive step up for the game. I do want to see the jobs be different. I want to see things be weird. It's just like Scholar used to have 2 different fairies, Eos and Selene. Bring that weirdness back. Bring back the weird, I suppose. Because things are just so samey. And I really do like the diversity of things that I can play, like in Guild Wars 2. Like, even if, like, for those who haven't played Guild Wars 2, like, I'm playing a lot of the Engineer, and, like, I'm currently playing the Pet class, and, like, the Pet class is Mechanist, and, like, you can customize the pet and what it will do. Like, it can be a healer, it can be a melee brawler, and, like, do buffs, it can do conditions, like bleeds and other stuff, and then it can be ranged and just do direct damage, and that's just one of their things. Also, you can equip meat like hammers and swords and shields, and there's just a shit ton of customization. And I haven't even gone into the different specs that you could go, because you could go like Amalgam and become like what is it, like Venom. Like, there's a whole lot of things. So like, when I say like make the jobs in 14 weird again, I mean like just be creative. Like, tap into things like, hey, Scholar long ago in its lore, and we're thinking many years back, like old lore, had another fairy that was mentioned. Bring out that bitch. Where is she at? Where is she at? Bring it out. And in terms of casual content, it's just like, I hate to cite Guild Wars 2, but I'm not going to cite WoW, because I think WoW's open world content, it's so. But Guild Wars 2's open world content, just send the dev team on 14 to Guild Wars 2. Have them do like Secrets of the Obscure and do some of the meta events and just open world maps and like traverse around and get a real feel about like the open world impact, and then the different currencies and working towards these different objectives, like the legendaries and stuff, which legendaries are a huge fucking grind in that game. Like that is an actual genuine grind. That's what I kind of wanted out of the relic weapon in 14, sadly. Not quite we've got. But I gotta say, like, I'm excited about this news, and I think anyone who cares about 14's future should be excited too, because honest to God, like, the game has an amazing base. Like, I do think that the housing system needs to be open for all, but it's like, I like the minions, I like the housing system, I like the world, I like the graphics, I like the races, I like the jobs, I like the story. Like, even Dawn Trail, I did actually like Dawn Trail, and I know that that'll get people flaming, but I did like it. I like the settings, it's just, obviously the music is spectacular. There's so many things I can compliment about this game, because I really do love it, and that's why I make videos on it, because heaven knows I could make a lot more money if I talked about League of Legends, which I used to once upon a time, and maybe thank God I don't anymore. But I just love this game. I love the devs, I love this game, and I really do think that a second, like, quote-unquote, a Realm Reborn would be healthy for the game. And I'm not bullshitting you. I genuinely think that this is a good thing. But anything more about what does it mean, how will it impact you, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. And while it was alluded to, I mean, who knows? If you know, let me know in the comments, because I'm curious. But with that being said, I knew that people were going to ask me my feedback on this, and there you go. There's with feedback.